Any people are the reason why tribalism will never ever leave this country. The main reason why Nigeria is struggling with tribalism and ethnicity is because of some people who feels that a particular region is better than the other, when we all know that we are all one Nigeria. Okay, this is what somebody said. I want you guys to listen. I want to read it out. I'll put it here. He said, after a violent protest, revolution, or war, the problem is always the rebuilding/recovery process. The Igbos, listen, the Igbos are yet to recover from the havoc of the civil war, even after over 6 decades later. Same with Rwanda, same with Liberia. The list goes on. Anybody advocating for replication of what happened in Nepal in Nigeria is definitely not a student of history, or the person doesn't just mean well for Nigeria. Between your number 1, 2 to revelation is your voter's card. Now, why use the Igbo for instance? Why using the Igbo? And the problem is this guy doesn't really know the difference between revolution and the war. Having a revolution is two different things. Now, because of the revolution that happened in Nepal, this is what happened after the aftermath of what happened. This is it. Nepal capital on Saturday took a step backward towards normalizing after deadly anti-corruption protests. Deadly anti-corruption protests, so not war. As daily life returns with a curfew, is an interim prime minister sworn into office. An interim is somebody that they just want to use for the noun. Let the person just be in charge. That's the person they have chosen. Prime minister sworn into office. Soldiers scale back their presence on the street. They were not on the street before, where they had been deployed in large numbers since Wednesday after violent demonstration toppled the people, the government, and left parliament in flames. At least 51 people died in the worst unrest since the end of a decade-long civil war and the abolition of the monarchy in 2008. On Friday evening, 73-year-old former Chief Justice Sujila Kaki was sworn in as interim leader, tasked with restoring order and addressing protesters' demand for a corrupt-free future. For a corrupt-free future, this is the result they were able to get because of a revolution. Nobody saying such things should happen in Nigeria, but they made a statement and it's paying off. This guy here, instead of him focusing on the main reason why there should be a revolution in Nigeria, because of the corrupt politicians we have in this country, because of the things that are happening in this country that are not normal. You are using the Igbos or the war, the civil war that happened long ago to give instances. Why is it that it was the Igbos alone that were involved in this war, sir? This is the main reason why tribalism will never leave this country. Because you choose a particular region as the only people that need. If revolution happens in this country, it is for the benefit of the whole region in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, the Igbos are not the only ones suffering hardship. If something is expensive in Nigeria, it's expensive everywhere. You're going to buy it cheaper. You can never buy it cheaper. Do you understand? If anything is expensive in Lagos, it's also going to be expensive in anywhere in Nigeria, and everybody is going to face it. If they're selling a cup of Gary 500 naira, it's going to sell 500 naira in the whole country. So, when you're talking about revolution is different from war. In revolution, you're making a statement, you're telling the government, please, we don't need this thing again. Please, we don't want you people to rule us. This is what we want. It is different from war. Why using what happened in the civil war to give instances for crying out loud? And is the Igbos the only one that were involved in this thing? Why use the Igbos as the only people in Nigeria to give instance? The Yorubas are there, the Hausas are there. Why not just leave this ethnicity and tribalism aside so that you stop causing confusion online. Make this thing straight, make it make sense. Then, okay, what they demanded now, there will be no corruption in NAPE, because any government that is coming in, they are going to remind them of what happened in 2025. And that person will never want to misbehave. They want to make sure everything is working in accordance so that the people will not revolt against it. I don't know why people choose to hate the Igbos as if they are the only people that want good things in this country. The revolution is for everybody, not about tribe, not about ethnicity. We need to keep these things aside and know that we are fighting for a just cause. We need the country to be running properly, and let it be like that. You don't come here and make the Igbo look as if they are the only people that want good things. Please, this thing should stop so that we can have one Nigeria. We are one Nigeria. Nobody saying anything should happen. But at least don't use a particular ethnic group or a particular region, for instance. Totally wrong. It is wrong because you're trying to make the Igbos look as if they are the ones that are the enemies of Nigeria, or the ones that do not want Nigerians to grow. What are you even saying? Why using the Igbos, for instance? Is it the Igbos alone that are looking for revolution in the country? Sowore that is protesting, is he an Igbo man? Is very dark man an Igbo man? Everybody that is looking for revolution in this country, that this country should change, are they Igbo people? Why are you people why is the focus always on Igbos? What about the Yorubas, the Hausas? If a revolution happens in the country and the country decides and the country becomes better, it's for the benefit of all of us. If you're traveling and nobody is kidnapping you on the road, it is for the benefit of everybody. If you're moving freely and you can keep your phone somewhere and go and come back and meet it, it is for the benefit of everybody, not on a particular region. Please, you should stop this thing. Share this video, guys. Thank you.